What's up, people? Are we well? How we doing? How's your weekend gone so far? Let me know. Thanks for tuning in. If you watch this as a VOD, thanks for that as well. Let me know how you're getting on if you want in the comments. Just going to put the vertical stream live at the same time. Go. Any news for me? If you've got news, amazing. I need a squad. I need a squad. Not allowed to join that squad. Okay, we'll join this dude, see what he's up to, and I'll post this live on the Discord as well. Oh, I haven't got the link for it. Whoopsie, my bad. Bear with. I'm gonna stand still for a second, trying to get shot. Shouldn't get shot in the spawn here on this map. Let's see what we're doing. Broken's already streamed BF1. That's not going to be good for me today. Just live. Let's get that copied. Send this out on the old Discord. Alright. We got any news for me, people? Let's find out, shall we? Alright, we'll see who's the first person to say hello for the weekend. If we get a challenge through from the description, we'll do it. Make a big deal out of it. Thanks very much. See if we can have a decent end to the week. That'd be cool. Okay, let's try and find some action, shall we? Like our team's made a solid start position-wise, which is nice. There's our first kill of the day. Nice teammate, well done. There's a shotgun. He's not quite dead. He's dead now. What's up, Richard? How you doing, mate? You having a good day? Thanks for tuning in, pal. Appreciate it. The flame trooper gonna walk up here. Missed him. Well, I hit him a little bit. Do we think he died? He might have done. It's all cracking off over here, isn't it? Another one there. I think he died as well. Need a medic, really. Oh, hello. Found a guy. Just wandering past. Let me make sure I have the microphone working. I do. Good. That would have been awkward. No. Damn it. What's up, Brown and David? How are we doing? We having a good day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. What's occurring today? Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Jesus. Whoa, what am I hurt by? Alright, David, I say, well, welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for tuning in. I'm good, how's things? I'm alright, mate. I'm just, you know, just tired. The never-ending work, but I'm okay, mate. I'm glad you're doing well. Hoping for a decent day. That'd be cool.
We have lost objective butter. Enemy shot trooper moving around. They going out.
I don't know why I'm displaying a lag issue of some kind on the right-hand side. I don't think there's anything to do with me. My connection seems rock solid. It must be a Battlefield thing.
Supplying, Sergeant. We have taken objective butter.
Jesus Christ.
Right there.
Well, we're alive.
We have taken objective Duff.
Have you guys got plans for your Sunday at all?
That's an enemy medic. We have lost objective Duff.
Not sure if this guy's still here. There was one still there. I didn't get covered by my teammates there, though. You would have thought I'd be alright there, wouldn't you? With everyone looking down there, but apparently I'm incorrect. Oh no, not objective apples. How are we going to cope without that?
Enemy machine gun over there.
That's a flame trooper. There's a few too many people there. A lot of people there, in fact. A lot of people there.
Set up a shot, trooper. Laid out, look alive. Movement spotted. Enemy medic. I need ammo.
See if we can push out of here. A little concerning to be the guy that died first. My teammate ran ahead of me, but I got taken down. And he was just stood in front of me, not reacting to the guy. Not much you could do about that one either. That's an interesting spawn. I reckon we go the other way. Oh, I reckon there's... The enemies are everywhere, mate. Less than helpful. There's one. He's dead. No news for me then at all? No? No one got anything to share with me? Hope you're doing well either way. God, they really are everywhere, aren't they? They are all over us in our first round of the day. Yes, teammate, thank you. I got you, David. I don't really know anything about that game, my dude, I'm afraid. But, I hope you're having fun, dude.
Over there's an enemy shock trooper. Shock trooper spotted. I need ammo. Ammo, I'm out.
We're gonna try and go around then, I guess.
Don't let that objective fall.
Rough one for my teammate there. Disagree with that. I see, David. That's cool, mate.
We have lost objective butter.
First aid kit. Where's the medic?
Hi, Jack. How are you, mate? Well, everybody, we experienced our first spawn trap of the day on our first full round of the day. Predictable as ever. Don't worry, we'll just have the same experience every day endlessly. what everyone dreams of. Can we break out round here, maybe?
I'm hit! Someone help me!
Halfway there, the enemy has the upper hand.
That objective captured! Enemy over there!
I thought I heard some footsteps. Couldn't get him in time to save the teammate, though.
I need ammo!
Teammate, thank you. Appreciate that.
I need ammo! Who's got spare ammo?
Honestly, Jack, if you're just not having fun, mate, just why? You know what I mean? If you don't have to do it, pal, don't do it. Just find things that bring you joy, mate. That would be my advice at this point, pal. If it ain't fun, why bother, pal?
We have an armored train.
Take it from someone that has to force themselves to do something like that for a living all the time. Just start finding things that you enjoy, mate.
Oh yeah, that's enemy scout! Machine gun, look alive!
Hi, NA. Are you having a good one, mate? Welcome to the stream. How are you feeling? And AWAX as well. Welcome. How are we doing, guys? Thanks for tuning in.
There! Capture the objective! Movement! Enemy scout!
The enemy controls all objectives.
The enemy have all the objectives, everybody. That's how you know we're playing BF1.
Ammo, anyone?
You can cap up the D flag. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Jack. It's just, you know, it's a very consistent thread, right? I think at some point someone has to... Sometimes we need someone to say, look, you're doing something constantly that is not bringing you enjoyment, pal. You need to find something else, mate. Otherwise, you're just going to be angry all the time playing a video game, pal. Not worth it, mate. I promise you, it's not worth it. You get a life where you have a world of possibilities to do whatever the hell you want. You're playing Overwatch or Marvel Rivals or whatever, and you're having a horrible time. Force yourself to play ranked every day. Don't do it. Don't do it, mate. I would give the world to have more spare time and feel secure.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Start using yours in a way that benefits you, mate. Why waste it? You only get a certain amount of it.
Other than enemy medic!
It's alright, AWAX. I'm glad you're well, mate. Thanks for being here. That is insane that I have died to that guy. That is honestly just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Thank you for the revive, teammate.
Who's got ammo? Out of ammo!
We have taken objective butter.
I see, Jack. Well, as long as you're having a good time, mate.
Who's got ammo?
We have lost.
How was yesterday with your dad? Yeah, it was alright, mate. Thank you. It was alright. I didn't get to stream in the end. I got back and spoke to Emily's mum and dad for a little while because they were here. And then as they were leaving, my cats were sick. They've been sick for a couple of days, I think, just from something they ate. So ended up not jumping on stream. So we are here now for what we can manage to do for the weekend. Trying to see if it goes alright. Thank you for asking, mate. I appreciate that.
Capture that objective!
Didn't land a bullet until right at the end there. That's cool. Hi Hunted, welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Well, we were doing alright there for a while. I see, AOX. You were supposed to concede that save, but you didn't in the end because you slept in late. Alright, mate, well. I guess try and... Okay, mate. I see.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Take him out! Enemy, enemy!
Wait, 10 damage? Hold on, did I not direct impact the guy? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm wrong. Make a big deal of anyone that gets off the mark for the day, of course, everybody.
Hold, man! Keep the objective! Ammo! Throw me some ammo! Need ammunition! Capture that damn objective! Ammo, I'm out!
Would have been real annoyed if that got me.
I ain't got a damn stuff!
I mean, your thoughts about new marathon game? Have you seen the trailer? I've not seen the trailer. I saw a little bits of a couple of videos of people talking about it. I won't know till I play it. I really enjoyed the gunplay of Destiny, and Bungie are exceptional when it comes to gunplay. So that might be fun, but whether I enjoy the overall experience, I'm not sure. I'm not super thrilled about the aesthetics of the game. I understand why some people like it, and I kind of thought I was going to like it, and then I saw it and I just felt really underwhelmed. It's just not my sort of thing, but if I actually were to play it, maybe I'd feel differently. But I think that I'm a little disappointed it's not a free-to-play title, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about paying for that with no guarantees of actually enjoying it, considering there's a lot of competition out there. Granted, they're games I won't play, but in terms of that genre, there's a lot of competition out there from free-to-play titles, so yeah, I find it a bit weird. But we'll see. I don't know if that is linked to the problem that this game was having on PS5 or PlayStation in general a few weeks ago, and it's just a resurfacing of that kind of bug, or do you mean from a few weeks ago? Either way, I'm playing on Xbox, so no, not directly, mate, but I do know that the game did have some problems on PlayStation a few weeks back. Yeah, I watched skill ups as well, or some of it at least. God, there's so many, mate. It was just getting absolutely dominated as usual by the enemy team. Right, if anyone gives us a challenge to do, we'll do it in the next round. There's no queue at the minute. Thanks very much. see if the teams are the same for the next round. Thanks for any likes, guys, and thanks for any fresh subscriptions as we look to head towards 82,000 subs next. Alrighty then. Go.
Don't let the objective fall.
Take me to the action, Mr. Tankman. Is it worth buying the DLC for Battlefield 1? If you want to use the guns, yeah, probably. If you want to play the maps, not so much, because they're not so regularly available. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Are you having a good day?
Denied the right, pal. Enemy medic there.
Can't see where that guy is. I did look down there and was trying to spot, but I don't think it did anything.
Explosives are set. Over there's an enemy shock trooper.
That is some interesting parkour there. Yeah, and Deacon, I'm going to need you to speak coherently, or at least speak English when I'm going to respond. So welcome to the vertical stream. Oh, I thought that was a body. There's a guy just lying down top of the stairs.
We have taken objective Edward. We have taken objective Butter.
See, there, medic.
Sorry about the spawn, my dude.
I need ammo. Ammo, anyone.
We are losing objective Duff.
That's a tank.
Oh, behind me. At least it looks like we're on the good team this time, which is nice.
objective. Capture that damn objective.
We have lost objective Duff. We have lost objective Button.
Who's got ammo? Wasn't just someone. Who's got
Well, they're
ammo?
definitely in there. Oh, Blair's landed on me. And watch this doorway while they do that. Oh, wow. Are you telling me I didn't clip that guy with a bullet that was one shot down there? I highly disagree. See, mate, you're looking out there, mate. If you could do something about that, that'd be useful. Jesus Christ, man. Guess I'll do it all.
Need spare ammo.
Goodbye, my boy. Alright, all handled, don't worry. You're welcome. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a nice one. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to let me know if you got anything going on for the day or whatever. Thanks for your likes. If you left a like on the stream, thank you for any fresh new subscriptions. Let's head towards 82k. And please make a huge, mega massive deal of any support and or challenges we get through. That'll be wild. Thank you very, very much.
Enemy scout. Sighted. There's a shock trooper.
I see, DeBear. Well, have a great time, dude. Thanks for coming and saying hello, and I hope the bug clears up, mate. He dies. Hey, Tech. Welcome to the Vertical stream, dude. You having a good day? Thank you for tuning in. And, oh god, that guy is just lying down at this staircase now. Are you kidding me? Is that genuinely the game plan for the whole round for this dude? Good lord. Hello, Nathan Drake. Welcome to the Vertical stream. How are you? Thanks for tuning in.
Defend our objective. Enemy machine gun over there.
Damn it. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, teammate.
We have lost objective Freddy.
Hello, what do you think? Fedorov could be named OP Gun or SMG Marksman better? I don't think I understand the question, my dude, I'm afraid, in terms of the second part of it, but I think the Fedorov Optical is very, very good. Overpowered might be slightly overstating it, but like maybe overtuned would be a little bit of a more accurate statement. It's certainly, for me, one of the strong guns, though. Yeah, I think it's really, really good. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope your day's going well. Am I blind? Wait, what? Did I just make that up in my head? Maybe. Ah, well, indeed paddling, and no worries. Thank you for watching the content, mate. I hope it's helped you out.
Give us some ammo, someone.
Do some ammo here.
I'm wounded. Need help.
Right, half an hour down, everybody. Half an hour into the day.
Don't let them take the objective. Defend the objective. There! Enemy medic!
Take an objective, Freddy.
Enemy medic sighted.
Alright, you lurk away, Brown. No worries, dude.
There! Medic! Grenade for there! We need a medic over here! It's an enemy medic! I'm wounded! Medic!
We're in. Hello, Ristico. Oh, actually, it was you that spoke to a minute ago, but thanks for being on the stream, dude. I appreciate it.
Objective must be protected. Look lively!
We
Enemy
have
shot
lost
through!
objective, Freddy.
The enemy's overrun us!
We have lost
Enemy
objective
medic.
butter. We have taken objective, Edward.
On me, boys! I need ammo now!
Oh my god, that's so bad. The guy should be dead. That's really, really terrible. Not much more you can do there. I think that's the frustration a lot of the time. Like, it's not even like, oh, that was a little unfair, but if you'd done a bit better, he would have died. Like, literally have pre-fired the door before he's run in and just still died.
Enemy medic sighted! Look, there, the scout!
Ah, I was trying to do something, it wouldn't let me bipod. Can we get this revived, please?
We have lost objective apples.
You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think I would get the revive. Do you not play Monster Hunter? I don't. No, I don't play Monster Hunter. This guy's not going to revive me in the same room. You normally go with Assault class, or is it more map based? Yeah, it's map and situation based, really. The class I played the most actually medic.
We have taken
But yeah, it's pretty much map and situation based, mate. Or if we get challenges, obviously, like just challenges from the description, we do those as well. But when I'm choosing my own stuff, yeah, just base it on the map or the situation or just what I feel like doing.
Medic! Take that. We're going to capture the objective.
Oh, Mon, thank you so much.
You just entered the membership collective. Hooray for being 10% cool, yeah!
We are losing objective.
That's super kind of you. Thank you so much, Mon. We've, I think we're currently on pace for our worst stream week I've ever had, with a deficit of 2 to 3 days worth, despite the fact I've done 6 streams this week. I appreciate your memberships very much, mate. It's incredibly kind of you, pal. That's very, very nice of you, mate. Thank you so much. That's awesome, dude. Can we get Mon some love in the chat? If you got a gifted membership from Mon, please give him a thank you. That's awesome. How's your week been, dude? Are you well? Let me know, mate. Thank you very, very much. That's awesome, dude. What a guy. Hi, Ernie. No, mate, you weren't around, so I decided. Oh, fuck, you know, mate. I decided not to, mate. We can do them today, pal. How are you, man? You having a good one? Give me that revive team, mate. It's the guy that didn't revive me earlier, so it's near 0% chance of him doing it.
An enemy armored train.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Mon. That really is very kind. Busy and hot. Not a great combination, is it? I just cannot get any luck on this video game ever anymore. Are there any tips for fixing movement bugs on PC sometimes I can't crawl? No, mate. If there's just no, no. I'm afraid not. There's just problem with the game. The crawling, the mantling, the being thrown off ladders. There's nothing you can do about it, as far as I'm aware. That is just the game. Hi, Tweed. I know, you're not allowed a gifted, mate. How am I? I'm tired. I'm tired.
We have lost.
I'm feeling kind of defeated at the moment,
We have lost.
but I'm not allowing myself to be defeated. Does that make sense? But yeah, my not allowing myself to be defeated doesn't mean I don't feel defeated. I feel really done with this at the moment, just because there's just still a long way to go before there's any like hope of any kind of, you know, correction on the horizon. So I'm just grinding. I am the epitome of grinding at this point. Just grinding, mate. Just trying to pass the days.
We're protecting the objective.
Trying to feel like life is not being wasted, you know?
Lost objective Charlie.
I'm out of ammunition.
Oh, I don't have any rockets. No, run away. Did I use them all? I just don't remember doing it. Did they all die? Must have died. Your plan will refresh your soul. Do you know what will happen? Being realistic, what's going to happen is, because I know how it will go. I know how my brain works well enough at this point not to kid myself. What will happen is I go to Japan, and I'll have an amazing time, and I'll be like, damn, I need to experience life more and whatnot, and come back and be all sweet as sunlight, and then within a week I'll be like, well, this sucks by comparison. I just know that's how it's going to be, but if you know that's how it's going to be, you got to get on with it. Hi, David. How are you, man? Welcome to the stream. You having a good one? Hi, T-Man, as well. You having a good day? Thanks for tuning in. Sounds kind of sad. Don't be sad. Try to smile. Oh, I'm definitely doing my best to try to be as positive. Excuse me, be as positive as possible. It's the only way to keep going. But yeah, I don't think I'll be surprised to anyone. Just a little bogged down with it. But what else is new, right? And you can't just sit and complain about it all the time. You got to show up and do it. If you don't show up and do it, then nothing changes anyway, so.
I need ammunition.
Suck it up and do it, right? I cannot give you tips on how to blow up the Ilya Muromets, really. No, the Ilya Muromets is not a well-balanced vehicle. You can try and use the AA guns, obviously, and you can try and use the Burton with its alternate fire mode to burn the Muromets down as such. That's an interesting gunfight there, Dice. But, no, it's just an overpowered vehicle, unfortunately. We all struggle with it. Could be happy it's Sunday. Well, yeah, I know what you mean, but as you can see, I am working. So it's Sunday for you guys, but for me, it's just another day where I have made... What did I do today? Today, I have made... 10 shorts. Yes, they have made 10 shorts and scheduled them all to be posted. I've finished off a script for a video. I've started working on thumbnail, and now I am streaming the video game. So for me, it is not Sunday. For me, it is just another day. But I hope you guys are enjoying a Sunday.
Protect the objective. Hold the objective.
I'll be having a lovely time. Yeah, you could just take, I guess you could just take a large magazine LMG and just try and blast away at the Muromets. You could give that a go and just hope you don't get taken down by someone else. What should I cook this week? Do you have any like specific options to eat or any ingredients you need to use? Dude. What the hell, dude? Well, I mean, we'll say it was worth it. The ultimate sacrifice. I've got to be real careful. I've had this spot before with some people previously. I've got to be careful about answering people's questions honestly. And then the big spenders as such being like, well, going through a rough day, week, month, year, whatever, let me throw money at him. Because I don't want to be inadvertently milking people with honesty. Does that make sense? It's a consideration I've made before. It's something I still sort of work with at the minute. But that's amazing, dude, obviously. Let me press this.
That's a big boy donation. Ooh, I like it.
Thank you very, very much. I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm a little negative on stream at the moment. I'm trying to work through it. I think I'm just very, very tired, I think, which doesn't help. And I know I control how much I work, so, you know, can't really complain about it, obviously. It's like, well, you're the only one making yourself do it. But I'm just very, very tired. I'm very, very tired. And, yeah, I think it's... makes it a little harder to push the positivity out. I'm working on it. I think that in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, it's hard to sort of... Wow. Are you kidding? It's hard to see it now, but in the long run, it'll make sense to you guys. Kind of, it makes sense to push now and just suffer, basically, continue the suffering, for hopefully what the work brings down the line, where I should then hopefully make a lot more money and get a lot more time to actually decompress and enjoy life. So it's kind of the trade-off. It's very hard to go through this extended period. I think, I don't know when it was. Was it January? I think it was January. I wasn't here for 2 or 3 days, right? And then since I've come back to stream since then, I've just worked solidly throughout, I don't know, say 60 to 80% of my waking hours every day that are available. Just been working, and it's trying to work out the words to use here, so I don't want it to seem super doom and gloom, because it's not super. Right now it's doom and gloom, but overall it's not. So I'm trying to pick my words carefully. I guess I can just be really, just make it really simple, I guess. Just use really simple terms. You guys will understand what the hell I'm on about. It's just, that's not the easiest thing to sort of handle, you know? I guess we don't have to be overly complex with it. It kind of tells its own story. That's quite difficult. I guess that's quite difficult, and it makes it more difficult when you're not hitting your goals very much. So you're in a circumstance where you're working more than you've ever worked, but you're earning less than you've learned for earning less than you've earned for a long time. So it feels like the reward's not there, but the reward should be there down the line for the work. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm really poor with my words today. I'm working on not much brain power. I hope that makes sense. I know I'm spending another day where I'm explaining myself, which probably people feel like I don't need to do. So maybe I should just not. Just be like, hey, I'm a bit tired. You guys get it. That's all good. I always feel like I need to explain it, justify it, which I probably don't need to do. I walk a weird line with this content thing with you guys as like an active audience. I'm very aware that I walk a weird line of it, that I make sure it's not a parasocial relationship because I don't want it to be. I don't want you guys to be fooled into thinking we're friends if we're not. Like, I've never wanted it to be like that. I actually want to have a genuine connection, so I try and be very open. And talk about things on a level that people can relate to, and therefore they don't get a skewed perception of what it's like, whether it be so they can appreciate my perspective or indeed appreciate their own perspective and not feel like they're struggling, other people don't, why am I so bad at living, etc. Because I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you're doing your best with whatever your personal situations are. But it does leave me in a spot where I am always wondering whether I'm overdoing it with the honesty or forming too much of a connection. It's actually a really complex thing to try to explain and conceptualize, even for myself before I even explain it to you, especially while you're streaming. And some people don't want like the heaviness of reality when they're watching a stream, so that balance is quite difficult to put together. Because things aren't high flying at the moment, we don't get as many of the days where it is just joviality, like, you know, life is great, we're having a blast playing a video game sort of thing. But I imagine down the line, as we've said so many times, come the next Battlefield. I've not done the calculation, but I'm going to assume that's goal. I can't even think. It will be, right? I'm going to assume down the line, it will be that a lot more often with the new Battlefield or whatever. So we can just really enjoy it then.
We have taken objective apples.
Oh, sure, David. Yeah. Thank you, mate. Here's some pew-pews. Can we get David to love it in the chat, please, as well? Do you mind if I use the defensive because of the long range? If not, if you want me to use factory, let me know and I'll switch. Thank you, Big M. I appreciate it.
We have taken objective butter.
It's been a little disheartening recently with the viewership, as I'm sure you guys might have noticed as well. It's just a lot of factors, right? But a lot of you won't have been here, but at the end of the last stream I did. I think it was maybe only the Mitis and some lurkers at the end of the stream because I ended and then came back. And I got like we counted up the amount of active players, you know, vaguely on Xbox. And it was like less than 1,000 people. And it sort of got me back on a level again in sort of from a headspace sense of being like, dude, what can you really expect? And how can you really blame yourself for lack of interest when there's just simply not people on the game? And then we considered that with Verdansk having come back to Warzone, that's the current hype. Battlefield's not obviously had anything to bring people in for a long time now.
Over there's an enemy shot.
Looking at the numbers, God, this horrible start to the round. Looking at the numbers is probably genuinely pointless because what are you looking for, right? What are you looking at the numbers for? If the interest isn't there, the interest isn't there. And if looking at the numbers just makes you blame yourself for feeling like you're not doing a job that people desire to take part in, a waste of negative energy, really, isn't it? Let me aim this, please, dice. Is it any better on PS5? What, this game? Oh, for God's sake, why can't I just fire the gun? The player base is larger. I wouldn't say it's significantly larger, if I had to guess, but it's larger. But there's not a lot of players on the game. I have a complaint to make. I'm just not gonna bother. There's not a lot of people playing it regardless, though. I think we are screwed here. Our team is trapped basically straight away. Oh, God. It would definitely help if this wasn't the situation each day on BF1, but, you know, that is a pipe dream to expect anything else.
We have lost objective butter.
I'm just kind of assuming you guys get it. I'm assuming when you stack up all those things, you guys just get it. You understand.
Calvin, up there.
I'm definitely a person that will be positive when given, you know, any reasonable reason to be. It's just not many reasons at the moment. So as soon as there are, I'll be super happy and positive and energetic again. I promise. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Sick. Another death. What happened with the goal when I stepped away? I reduced the goal to £5 a day and decided that we hit it. That's a lie. Mon stumped up goal, which is wild. You got, by the way, it was my birthday last weekend, and we would have had a day where I got 10 to 20% that day on my birthday, and we didn't because Mon was just ridiculously supportive. So I don't really have a way to express how grateful I am for that. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's not been forgotten, obviously. It's incredible, and I really, really, really appreciate it. We started this round off 1 and 5 in a spawn trap, everybody. It's just BF1 Groundhog Day, innit, mate? BF1 Groundhog Day.
We have lost
Enemy medic there.
A hopeless existence, mate. Stepping on this game all the time. Can I ask you a genuine question? You can give me your genuine answer. Does anyone hold it against me that I am so negative about this game at this point? Or do you guys get it? As much as you maybe still enjoy it, do you understand that coming on it each day and experiencing this almost all the time is utterly soul destroying? Please give me a genuine answer. I want to know if anyone, like, doesn't get it or thinks I'm just being negative or whatever. Does anyone actually expect me to come and have fun on it, like, often anymore, with this being the case, with the ping issues, with the skill balancer, with all that sort of stuff? Like, does anyone find it baffling that I don't enjoy myself most of the time? Or do you completely understand where I'm coming from, having watched it happen day after day?
Enemy medic sighted.
I'd like to know.
a tank.
Because if you don't get it or you don't agree with me, as much as I think you're wrong, you guys are the ones watching, and if it makes it unenjoyable for you, then I have to try and, you know, correct it. Because at the end of the day, your opinion obviously matters. You get it, David. Good. I appreciate it. I get it. You live with this, so it makes sense. I appreciate you being one of the only guys streaming this franchise, but it is head. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It's understandable. Thank you, Sumyam. You suck a beer fun. That's really helpful, Tomash. Tomash, you've been in here before. Why are you now being that guy? You can claim I suck at beer fun. As you can tell, opinions like that no longer bother me. All I can tell you is that I was statistically in the top 1% of infantry players when the game was active, and one of the top players in my nation for a 5-year period, half a decade, statistically. And that it is now simply impossible to perform in a way that represents that with the way the game is, with the state of the game at this point, from both a balancing perspective, matchmaking-wise, combined with map design, and issues with ping and overall connections. And I hope that will make some sense to you. Anyone holds it against you probably isn't watching. Hold on 1 second. Anyone holds it against you probably isn't watching, but I get it since I play almost daily too. Well, that's cool. Thank you, and thank you, Sumyam, as well. I mean, I feel like all you have to do is watch me for 10 minutes in a situation like this and be like, oh yeah, it's actually borderline impossible to succeed in that kind of situation. And that will be definitely completely unenjoyable when you're experiencing it for hundreds of days endlessly. Like, you've watched this round so far. I would imagine no one really could expect me to do anything in this situation. It's a complete no-win experience. And you might get one of these now and again. You'll be like, well, you know, you can handle that, as I can, you know. I'll be like, all right, well, it happens. But when it happens extremely frequently, and you're supposed to be making it entertaining for people, that's a real rough spot, you know. That's a pretty difficult situation. Anyway, we have no flags on a big open map, everybody. That'll be fun to deal with. On the brightest least, you're good at the game. But I think I appreciate that, but I think that's part of the problem, right? Because I know what my performance levels are and what my actual ability is. It's incredibly frustrating for me for then that not to be represented. Not only for it not to be represented consistently, but for me now to feel like it's not represented the vast majority of the time. Because I feel like I'm in situations where no matter what I do, I just genuinely cannot put together a good performance because of all the factors that I've listed to you. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating.
Our armored train has arrived.
Well, that's kind, Hunted, and it is, I mean, I might be biased, but I feel like it's very relevant. There's not that many people still knocking around doing Battlefield, and anyone that is doing other stuff at the same time. I'm here on Battlefield all the time, and well, it's just very much a shell of where it was, really, isn't it? I'm back on COD Warzone. Figures the game is on. Sorry, fitting that the world is on fire and I'm back on it. Yeah, full circle, right? But I think that's indicative of whoa, that is insane. Well, I mean, look at that. Look, if you guys, I mean, look at that, for example. That's just one example of what I'm talking about. The guy's just appeared in front of me out of nowhere. If I died there, you know, it's another death on the scoreboard that I couldn't do anything about. Anyway, yeah, I think that's indicative of the current spot, though, Dave, right? You, like, hundreds of thousands, I don't know, millions, maybe? I don't know what number to put on it, of people back on Warzone again because of the dancing, because that game is attractive to people, and people want to play it, and therefore people want to consume content on it and watch streams on it and stuff. So, something like this not just falls by the wayside, but is completely decimated by that. Completely decimated by it. If you say you went into the middle of your nearest city, right, with a piece of paper, and you were like, hey, I'm doing a poll, do you have genuinely just 10 seconds? Yeah, okay, cool. What's your name? What's your age? Okay, great. from a gaming perspective, you ask them if you're into games first, and if they're not, you let them go. If they are, you ask them the question. From a gaming entertainment perspective, is Battlefield on your radar of something you think you will consume within the next month? And it's wholly possible that if you were to go and poll 100 people, not a single one would say yes, right? I don't think that's a reach. I think you can all probably go, yeah, that seems like it would be quite likely, to be honest. If you were to poll 100 random people, it would be reasonable that none of them would say yes. Now, if you go and poll 100 people that are interested in games in the middle of your nearest city and say, do you think you'll consume any content this month from Call of Duty / Warzone? What are we saying? You got to say at least 25 of those 100 people would be like, yeah, yeah, almost certainly. And that definitely leaves me, and I don't know if there is anyone specifically in my exact situation, but let's assume there are. Let's assume that there are. Anyone else in my specific position, I really don't think there is, but again, imagine there is. Anyone else in my specific position feeling a little hopeless for a very long stretch of time. Which just sometimes will come across in the content.
We have lost objective Edward.
Sort of inevitably, I would say. If it doesn't, then one, you got to question how genuine that content is, and or two, a person is just incredible at shutting off their feelings somehow.
We have taken objective Duff.
But I don't know if anyone can. I truly don't know if anyone can do that for hundreds of days on end. I don't know if anyone's got that capability. You're about to play it for the first time, are you, Jack? There we go. See, I mean, it's hype. It's hype. There's millions of people to reach if you're focused on that content. There's millions and millions of people to reach.
We have lost objective Duff.
To be fair, Call of Duty always has been, always will be the biggest FPS game on the planet. I don't know about always will be, but I mean, yes. But I could make, you know, there's a lot of other examples I could give, right?
We have lost objective Butter.
Do we really think I reacted that much slower than that guy? But you could do it this way. You could go and look at other genuine AAA franchises and weigh up how many of those that are supposedly active now fall below Battlefield at the minute on the interest scale. I bet percentage-wise there's not that many. Which, when you consider it that way, I think is but potentially the best way of communicating where this franchise is at right now, actually. That's probably the best way of communicating where this franchise is at and has been for a long time. What percentage of AAA franchises, gaming franchises, that are currently active would be above and below Battlefield on the interest scale? Aren't you into extraction shooters? Oh, you aren't into extraction shooters? No, it's never been something I've been wholly interested in, but we were talking about Marathon earlier. Oh, anyone have thoughts on Marathon? Yeah, I got asked a question earlier on. I'm a little disappointed it's not free to play. Because it seems like something that should be free to play, especially in that genre and with things as they are currently. I'm a little disappointed it's not free to play. I also am not overly thrilled by the aesthetic. I thought I was going to be into the aesthetic, and then I watched gameplay of it and I just wasn't. I can't really communicate why. I just don't really like it, which is disappointing to me because I really, really want to like it. But if I were to play it, maybe I feel differently. I'm also not super mega thrilled about it being an extraction shooter. But they're the negatives. The positives are that it's Bungie, and I really like Bungie gunplay, having played thousands of hours of Destiny, and it also means that I could potentially be relatively good at it from the jump compared to most that would go on the game, I guess, because I did play so much Destiny and I did get to the top 2% of players statistically on it. Although it was years ago, so I don't know, maybe that will now count for nothing. So I don't know. For me, it's a wait up, wait and see kind of deal. But I want to like it. But yeah, I'm disappointed it's not free to play, personally. But we'll see. We'll see where things are at that point for me and for content for Battlefield, and we'll see if it seems worth it to dabble with it or not.
We have taken objective Edward.
But I definitely want to like it. I really, really want to like it. I don't know if I will. But if I jump on it and the gunplay is great and I'm having a good time and doing relatively well, then obviously my interest will spike massively. Well, Dave, oh my God, got away with that. I hope you'll be all right, David, mate. Hopefully you're not too ill, my guy. Fingers crossed. Hello, mate. You're in that corner. Have this. That's for you, pal. But yeah, there's not lost to me. I've got to find my joy again. I know that. I've got to find my enjoyment. I've got to find my enthusiasm again. I think if, you know, if we were to have 2-3 weeks or so in a row where things are better again, you know, interest picking up, daily goals are consistent again, the game's a little bit less painful. Because I do think we're going through a stretch at the minute where the game is at a low in terms of its... I don't think it's ever very reliable, as you guys know, but it definitely feels like it's in a rough, really rough spot right now. So maybe that passes, maybe with the server reset. I think I'd probably start to feel a bit better again. So, we'll see. I'm glad they went extraction. I'm so tired of hero shooters. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely glad it's not hero shooter. I wouldn't have been interested in that at all. What's your name on Xbox?
We have taken objective Duff.
I don't... Thomas, are you a strange person? Are you a strange person? I don't understand how you're gonna go from being in the stream previously and being treated nicely like everybody else to then showing up to insult me and then being warned not to do it and then not speaking for ages and then popping up asking me what my Xbox name is. Are you just a weird guy? Like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that. I'm pretty good at interactions, but every now and then I come across a person where I'm just like, I don't know what the deal is, you know? I don't know how to interact with you unless you give me something to work with. So feel free to fill in the gaps here for me so I can work out how to interact with you. Or you could say, I'm sorry I was messing about, that's my bad. That would probably be cool as well. Let me know.
We have lost objective Edward.
Well, what I actually need to do, Ernie, from my perspective, is I need to start eating well again, which I'm doing from tomorrow, and exercising. I am legitimately too busy to exercise at the moment, but I have... This is going to sound really ridiculous, but I have it scheduled that I can start exercising again towards the end of this week. I will have a little bit more time then to start my exercise back up. And I think that will hopefully start to make me feel a bit better again. I'm raising my hand and saying I'm a strange person, but what do you measure normal by? I think when I asked him if he was a strange person, I was trying to be charitable and understanding. Strange was definitely a very mild term out of all the ones I could have used. Hi Ryan, how you doing, mate? You having a good day? Thanks for tuning in. I'm surrounded here. I don't know if you think you're being cute or funny, my dude, but it's not working. I actually want a genuine answer from you. The winky face isn't going to do anything, pal. This is kind of like an answer or get banned moment, dude. I don't think you understand. We have a community of pretty mature people, mate, and you're not fitting in. It's just come across as weirdo behavior. So please, I'm extending you an opportunity here to correct things and be able to stay and interact with people and have a nice time. It's the most I can offer you right now. I suggest you take it. Let's get a calculation, shall we? Doing good. Truck won't start, so I'm stuck at home. Oh, that's a mixed bag, Ryan. I'm glad you're okay, mate. I'm sorry about your truck being a pain, pal. I'll have my fingers crossed that it doesn't take too long for it to get ship-shape, my guy. Hey, what's up, Uma? How you doing? You having a good day? How's things? Mon, I've forgotten if you're euros or krona. You're krona, right? It just popped in my head. I think I've been calculating yours as euros for a while. Am I crazy? Am I my brain's failing me. I am, but you sound like you're not joyful enough. Well, it's just life, mate, I'm afraid. I'm fine. I don't know how to answer the questions anymore. Guys, help me out. What am I supposed to do anymore when people ask me? I want to be like, hey, everything's fine, but obviously I have to give an answer as well. I don't know if people grasp the spot that Battlefield is in and has been in for a very long time, and that being tied to that as a content creator kind of messes with your entire existence. And I've just kind of run out of ideas as to how to answer the question, or the questions that revolve around how are you doing, why do you not seem to be as good right now? Someone help me out. What is the reasonable way for me to answer the questions at this point? Did I put 100% on the board? I think I did. I've run out of calculation time here, so we'll just go with it. Yeah, for example, sorry, as I was saying about the current interest, our maximum today was 23 people concurrently. It was only a week or so ago we were hitting 50 plus. It's a pretty staggering drop, so there must be something linked to Verdansk coming back, right? You gotta think. It can't be coincidental that it's coincided directly with that time period, right? It would seem unreasonable not to think so. It's like too much of a coincidence, right? For it not to be that's having a large impact. It's just swallowed up a lot of FPS viewer interest. Oh, well, I hope you managed to get it fixed quickly then, Ryan. At least you know what the issue is, mate. When people ask me, I always say I'm good enough or say, well, I'm alive. Yeah, but I've tried stuff like that, and people go, well, what do you mean? Or, I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer. It's just, yeah, I've kind of run out of ideas for how to traverse the question. Because basically, so if I try and explain it to you, so I jump on here 5 to 7 times a week, right? And then sometimes I'm not very energized because I'm tired and or burnt out with the experience of BF and content creation, okay? But you're getting asked this multiple times a day, okay? So you have to give an answer. If you just say you're fine, but then you carry on seeming like you're not having a very good time, people are like, what the hell, dude? But if I answer the question with like, basically the answer has to be quite long-winded for people to understand it, right? But then the people that watch all the time have to hear me explain it like 20, 30, 40 times a day. So I just don't have like an easy answer. So for those of you here now, or anyone that watched this back as a VOD, I'm fine. Battlefield is a rough thing to be attached to from a content and income thing, and has been for a very long time, and that's not going to change for quite a while, so I'm going to continue to feel not wonderful about that. But I am fine overall, kind of. That good? I mean, that seems alright, doesn't it? I'm gonna run over there.
We are losing objective apples.
I appreciate it, Ernie. Thank you, mate. Yeah, that's also a part of it, of the balance as well. Whilst I'm very open about this, I also have to make sure that people don't feel like I don't recognize their own situations, because I very much do. And I recognize that for you guys, your individual situations are as important to you as mine are to me. And so just because I have the microphone doesn't mean that your situations are therefore not of importance. Because they obviously are. Hey, Yarnaby, how you doing? You having a good day, mate? I tell you what we should do though, you know, when the next Battlefield comes out and hopefully everything goes really, really well and stream viewership soars again and video views are back, income's flying, growth is happening, etc. It'd be really cool if someone could go, hey, Get Good, do you remember in April when you were streaming to like 20 people? And it just seemed ridiculous how far everything had fallen. Isn't it cool how much things have dropped now? That'd be cool. That'd be a cool moment for me and probably for some of you guys as well. Let's see if we can remember to do that. Watching any football recently? No, I don't tend to watch the games because busy, but I keep up with the scores, especially for fantasy football. I actually have not looked at the scores much today. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying, Uma. It's all relative, right? It's all relative. And I am sympathetic to everyone's struggles. It's just that I have to live with mine, and I'm not saying mine are any larger or smaller than someone else's. But it's definitely something I have to consider as best I can. But it's why, as much as I will talk about this being somewhat soul-destroying sometimes or difficult, I'm very conscious of, and I do try and say frequently, that I know there's many people out there with much worse situations. And I'm very sympathetic to them. Well, great stuff, Yarnaby. That'd be awesome, man. Yes, I get that, Ernie. I get that. I get the mental exhaustion of a long period of difficulty, right? It kind of knocks the enthusiasm out of you. I understand what you're saying. I'm determined that won't happen to me to the ultimate degree. It's happened to some degree, but I'm determined that it won't happen to the ultimate degree, and that when life allows, I'll return back to the enthusiasm that I had, both for me and the people around me. So make sure you do the same. as best as you can. For sure, mate.
Sana bir sıhhi yardım çantası.
Have you been watching any football, Giovanni?
Düşman gözcüsü.
I think also an aspect of it for me is that sometimes it just feels a bit embarrassing almost. I don't think anyone actually cares about the numbers at all. Are you kidding me with this bullshit? I don't think anyone actually cares about the numbers at all, and they don't judge me for it. They understand that there's nothing I can do about it with Battlefield. But from my perspective, compared with where we were, I sometimes feel a little bit embarrassed, or at least awkward, or just very disappointed with how far things have fallen and how much less I feel like my achievement is worth at this point. That's kind of a tricky thing to juggle whilst you're trying to entertain people.
Yardım edebilirim.
Get up. Champions League now, which is insane. Dude, I've been seeing there's been great stuff happening in the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League. Which is cool. How am I not getting a kill, bro? Ugh, this game.
Yaralandın mı? Seni tedavi edeceğim.
Hi, Monkey Man. How you doing, dude? You having a good day? Thanks for tuning in. Boring spot, innit, mate? Spawn trap. Nothing to do other than just get shot from long range. Oh, my guys. BF1 is so played out at this point. It really is, man. These lobbies are kind of ridiculous. It's so played out. Dude, just stop giving him the attention. He's just clearly not got enough going on in his life. Kamash, you can't answer now, but I just want to tell you that honestly, mate, you've got to find something to do with your existence. This is just pathetic. What a waste of your own time, dude. You prove nothing other than you're just very sad. You see Man United versus Leon, I saw the highlights. I actually thought United looked pretty good for the first time in quite a while. But Onana had a bit of a shocker again. Don't think the numbers matter. The numbers don't matter to you guys, which is nice. I know that you guys don't judge me for it or anything. You know that it's just a spot where I can't get, you know, I could only get about 10% of the interest I used to get because of the current situation. But for me, it kind of matters, you know. For me, there is at least a little bit of self-importance, self-respect, self-value, or however you want to put it, tied to the numbers. But I try not to focus on it too much. Try. Try. I don't get it in general, David, but you see it all over the internet, don't you? People just desperate for attention, and their way to gain the attention is just to be weird and negative. It's very sad. Very sad. It's sort of equal parts irritating, and also you just have to... I'm not sympathetic, because being negative to people is never something to attach any kind of positive emotion to. But sometimes I'm a bit like, dude, what is going on with that person? You know, how bad does their life suck, or how low is their self-respect to spend 2 minutes, or 20 minutes, or 2 hours, or 2 weeks, or 2 years just being a weirdo on the internet? I don't respect it, but there is just a small part of me that goes, wow, what is that person's situation to have them decide to do that? Because let's be honest, there's no winners out there, right? There's no one doing great things. There's no exceptional people, whether it be personally exceptional or high achieving or whatever it might be, that are spending their time on the internet, whether it be on social media or on people's content or whatever, just being a weirdo, being a negative weirdo for attention. They're just not. There just won't be. right? Sure, there's no one out there doing great things, or there's a great person spending their time doing that. Like, does anyone come home from their cancer research job, breaking boundaries and helping the world, to then jump on the internet to be a freak, to be some kind of weirdo? Is there anyone coming home from their job as a CEO, smashing the numbers, you know, growing their company, coming home to be a weirdo on the internet? Is there anyone coming back from their day helping needy children or people with disabilities and deciding to jump on the internet to be a weirdo? I would just say no. There just isn't. It's just the easiest way to mark yourself out as a bit of a sad bastard. They're just sort of openly telling on themselves to anyone that will listen that they've got nothing going on. No, they've been banned. They've been banned, Monkey Man, don't worry. But it's more so a general statement. I think they get their brief moment of attention, but really they're the ones that lose, because they just show a few more people who will ultimately forget about them very quickly. But they just show a few more people very briefly that there's someone that isn't worth someone else's time. And it's just strange. It's just very weird and sad. And I hope some of them end up being more reasonable people and having a more worthwhile existence at some point. I want to believe that not all of them continue to be weirdos on the internet, not providing anything of value. I'm sure some of them must do, especially the ones that are doing it when they're really young. You know, maybe they mature, or their situation changes, or they just have a wake-up call one day and go, what am I doing? They did studies on this back in the 90s when chat first came out. They found that people that were more likely to be mean and terrible people when you put them in front of a keyboard because we were... I'll wait for the next bit. Because if this is because there's no accountability, I mean, yeah, that's definitely part of it for sure. Well, it's the main reason why. But I mean, in terms of their overall intrinsic value as people, it's generally got to be pretty low, right? Sorry, John Franklin, the vertical stream. I missed your comment from ages ago, dude. Welcome. I hope you're well, mate. Hey, no worries, Monkey Man. All good, dude. You have a great day. Just in general, Uma, we're just talking about people in general. Oh, hold on. Let me piece these two sentences together. When you put them in front of a keyboard, because we were evolved to be talking face-to-face and without reaction or body language cues that trigger stuff in an ancient brain about suicidal acceptance, social acceptance, I assume, and norm just being hurt on someone's face. Yeah. Yes, there is an aspect of that, for sure. Yes, definitely. Yes, but it's a lot more prevalent to some people than others, right? And especially with how, you know, established things are now, and with people having grown up with it. I guess I'm just saying, it doesn't take much to be a decent person regardless of the situation. Like, there are so many days where I'm not having a brilliant time, right? But I still try and treat all the chat members with respect and be nice to people and thank people for everything and blah, 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 blah. Because, duh, right? It's just what you do. And what do you achieve by doing the opposite? Like, absolutely nothing. So I just find it not very hard, impossible to relate to when people jump online or even do it in public and just lash out at people. Like, weirdos. It's just... I'll never really get it. I'll never really get it. Yes, it doesn't matter what you do and all that sort of stuff. All that matters is what you offer as a person. You're correct. But I would wager everything I own that the guy was lying. I just struggle to believe, I really do, I struggle to believe there's more than 1% of people out there that are being terrible people on the internet that actually are providing anything of intrinsic value to the world outside of their own keyboard. I just can't see it. As I said, I can't see people coming back from an awesome job or being an awesome volunteer or just being a wonderful person out there to everybody around them all day, come home and be a weirdo behind the keyboard to try and make people feel bad. I just think there has to be such a minuscule percentage of people that actually do that. 99+% of the time, it's people that just don't have anything to offer that are doing that, just have nothing going on, and it's just their ploy to try and gain some attention and feel like they're affecting something for a brief period of time. There's definitely a problem. This is something I realized as well quite a long time ago, and I had to realize it because it allowed me to look at things very differently. But there's also a problem of when you are interacting with someone, right? Face to face, okay? When you're interacting with someone and you're having a disagreement, or they're being negative or displaying any sort of behavior or emotions or whatever among the gamut of possibilities, you get to weigh up based on what you're witnessing and what you're looking at, whether their opinion actually holds any value and whether you should care. For example, right? For example, let's say you are having an issue with someone in person, and from all the cues that you're getting, you can very quickly realize that the opinion simply is not of importance. You don't need to be annoyed by it because you just don't respect the individual, and you don't see how they have any reasonable authority to provide their opinion to you on whatever they are focused upon, right? So you can basically just write it off and be like, all right, whatever, dude, I don't care. On the internet, you don't get the benefit of that. It's usually just a name on the screen, right? That's definitely an issue that a lot of people have, that they don't realize it, but they don't keep it in mind when they're having these interactions online. So they don't instantly get that trigger that makes them go, just walk away. You don't have to care about this person right now. It's very clear their opinion holds no weight. And I think if more people kept that in mind, that, oh, this might be a little kid, or this might be some absolute nobody doing absolutely nothing, why am I arguing with this person? We'd probably all have a lot better time online as a whole, just being able to go, all right, you're a bit strange, I'm not going to deal with it. So if you don't consider that when you're having any issues online, try it. Am I about to be trapped in a spawn? I'm just going back and forth this spawn trap experience here, aren't I? I used to be an annoying online person, not dissimilar to other people we've had here, but that's because I was feeling very bad in myself. Then as I self-improved, I became not an asshole, simple. Yeah, and that's good. That's what I say. I want to believe that that does happen for some people. And it's cool that you can own that. And you know, not to rag on your situation, of course, but it kind of proves the point, right? People that aren't offering very much, don't have much self-worth, don't really have anything of value going on, are more likely to lash out and do that stuff, which I hope makes some of you guys more able sometimes to realize you're in that situation where people are doing that, if it's online or in person, but predominantly online, and go, percentage chance here is that I don't have to care about this person's opinion. They probably just do this on a daily basis for attention. It just makes it easier to go, all right, cool, or do what I do here with this being my channel, give them a chance for a little bit, and then if they don't alter what they're doing, they just get banned, and you can just go, all right, well, that's them gone. Now we can focus on each other. Which is the best shotgun in BF1? It depends how you play and what you like. But I did make a video in January of my current best guns in the game. So if you go onto my main channel, mate, you'll find the video there. I can't remember if there's a command for the link, to be honest. If there is, if someone wants to pop that up, that'll be useful. Do you play on console or PC? I play on console, mate. I play on Xbox.
We are losing objective butter. We have lost objective Edward.
Jesus, man, I was going to finish at 6 p.m. It's 25 to 6. Where's the time gone, mate? Talking to you guys makes the time pass way faster, by the way. I appreciate you guys interacting with me. It feels like it goes so slowly when nothing much is going on. As soon as I get to actually talk to you guys, the time goes a lot quicker. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun when you're not focusing on the game. So, thanks for chatting. Much appreciated. That would actually make this the last one, I guess, wouldn't it, actually? Ernie, I must do your crates before I finish. Remind me, dude. No, it's very kind, David. I just think that you guys may disagree with me or not, I don't know, but I just feel like what I do should be somewhere around the baseline, mate. I think it's really nice how many people tell me that I am nice to them and they appreciate what I do and the respect and the interaction and all that jazz. It's really nice to hear and it pleases me because that's my aim. I also think it's really sad to some degree because it means that a lot of the time when you guys are consuming your content, your entertainment, whatever it is online, you're not getting that kind of experience. Or not up to this level, and I think that's a real shame. But it definitely ties into what I've said before of in terms of I think all of you guys as decent people, if you are a decent person, which all of you guys that I interact with on a regular basis appear to be, treat yourself with, oh my god, equal decency. And by that I mean use your time interacting with people, whether it be just people or content creators, and consuming content that aligns with you valuing yourself. I.e., people out there sitting in streams every day watching very negative, hateful people, or watching videos that are just purely about providing negativity and milking negativity. You're not respecting yourself. You're giving attention to people that don't deserve it, and you're making yourself consume content that only has a negative impact upon yourself, whether it be their behaviors and tendencies you pick up, or how it affects your thinking about the topic you're watching. I think it's a shame, not necessarily you guys, but I think it's a shame, especially where streaming is concerned. I think it's a shame how many people are consuming very, very negative content. Not negative in terms of the coverage of whatever is happening is just in negative, because sometimes people have negative opinions of the things that they're producing content on. But just negative in terms of just innate negativity or inbuilt negativity overall being displayed from the person regardless of what the subject matter is or what the interaction is. Obviously, I'm not saying any names. I just think it's a shame that so many people are wrapped up in that. I really do. I think there are so many decent people out there on either side of the monitor, whether it be the viewer or the content creator. There's so many people that are decent, and there's not enough a reason to frequently concern yourself with those that don't fit the criteria of being decent. Hello, Posca. Well, just talking in a general sense. How are you, dude? And Amias, welcome as well. How are we doing, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I tried, my guys. I tried. I put 3 in it to then get blasted as soon as it looked at me. What are you going to do? That's my reward for the effort. I feel like that should count as... This counts as kill, by the way. if you did that much damage, relatively speaking, or percentage-wise, to an infantry player, you'd get an assist counts as kill. How was that? Anyway, it's a feels bad man moment to put 3 rockets into an artillery truck, get it down to like 5% health, get blasted by it, and then someone damages it and gets the kill, and you get nothing. I feel like that should have been considered.
We have lost objective Duff.
I understand that's a little more difficult to program because you can't prove the person... Oh my god. You can't prove the person wouldn't have jumped out before it got blown up, etc. But just something. Or vehicle destruction counts as... Or vehicle destruction assist counts as destruction. I don't know how you'd word it, but do you see what I mean? It's not something that encourages players to actually combat the vehicles. I feel like if you got more reward for putting the effort in and basically sacrificing your life for someone else to get the kill, people would be more willing to do it. You should play Team Deathmatch. Why? That's your game mode. I've played TDM. TDM doesn't appeal to me at this point on this game because I think a lot of the maps don't fit TDM very well, but also because generally you get an even worse experience with pings in the lobby and an even worse experience with the lobby balancing and just lobbies being completely rolled by one side. It makes it very, very unenjoyable. So that's why I don't do Team Deathmatch anymore. I used to do it. It just became very unenjoyable. I think the truth is it's a no-win situation with BF1 at this point for me. It's just a case of trying to find something and then dealing with it. There are no supply drop servers. Not that I saw. There was a War Pigeons one that I joined before the stream started. I entered it before I hit go live, and I left it as soon as I looked at the scoreboard because there were 5 or 6 Want clan members all on the enemy team. So it was clear that was just a complete walkover, so I went, nope, that's not going to be worthwhile, and jumped out. Hold out till BF6. That's definitely what I'm doing. It's definitely what I'm doing. BF6 could be a massive shift for me, obviously, from a professional and personal standpoint. I don't know, people might want to bet on it. You would think it more likely will be than won't be, a lot more likely. But it's just a lot more... It's a lot easier said than done to just hold out when it's this sort of period of time. But I'm doing it. I'm doing my best with it. The enemy have all the objectives. Norizuma, thanks for hanging out, dude. You enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Have a good one, pal. Happy Sunday. Right, I gotta finish this round up. I got open Ernie's battle packs, and then I need to finish a thumbnail. I need to finish a script. I need to eat as well. I should eat. Oh my goodness, man. I'm a little overwhelmed at the minute. I was saying a couple of days ago, was it? I have a work schedule in my phone that I do, and I went through it 2-3 days ago and planned out my next month, and it's really wild to look at the next month ahead of me and what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'll do it. We all know I'll do it. We all know I'll do it. It's just not very enticing to look at. But it does mean that you will continue to get your content, everybody. Streams, at least 5 streams a week, usually 6, right? Usually 6 on average. some second streams, a second channel gameplay every week. One came out a couple of days ago if you've not seen it. The second channel is in the description if you want it. Or it's in the pinned chat message of the main stream. It'd be lovely to have you added to that community if you're not a part of it, as we aim to get to 1,000 subs to get monetized for the next Battlefield on the second channel. A fresh short every day here on this channel, a fresh short every day on the second channel. At least one full-length video every month on this channel. And all of the shorts posted on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook every single day as well. What server is this? If you go into the server browser and you search for the one that's called Chocolate Easter Egg, I lovey lovey, I'm in that server. If you want to come find me. Thanks to the Hellriggle round. Not at all, David. I don't know if I even did anything with it in the end, mate. I appreciate your dono, pal. You're a superstar. You just found 20 bucks on the ground. Hell yeah, Ernie. Invest that in a little known company and 1,000 times your money. Easy way to riches. I love Frontlines. I think I heard they're bringing it back for BF6. I have no idea. I hope they do. I hope they do. I would happily play Frontlines the vast majority of the time. But I've not heard anything about Frontlines. And I genuinely mean that. I can say hand on heart, I've not heard a thing about Frontlines for the next Battlefield. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but I've not heard anything about it. Maybe you've seen something I haven't. But I hope so. I mean, generally they include it. It's just they didn't include it at launch last time. But generally it's included. It's just a case of once the popularity of the game dips off, that's one of the modes that ends up not being populated. But whilst the game's populated, it should be good. When BF5 came out, I played a hell of a lot of Frontlines. I think it's the best mode. I'd be very excited to play Frontlines on the next Battlefield. And it could provide some huge kill games, right, for some gameplays, which would be great. When you follow someone, do they see what you follow, like, etc. GGG. When you follow someone, do they see? Do you mean if you follow someone, can they then... So it's not tied to whether someone follows you or not, but basically, if you're on Instagram, if your profile is set to public, then people can see what and who you follow, yes. If your profile is set to private, then they can't. Like, mine's public. And I've never really worried about what people think about what I follow. Everyone follows their own stuff. People will make their own assumptions, won't they? I don't actually follow that many things on Instagram now, but mine is predominantly just tattoo stuff, some cosplay stuff, and fitness accounts, both male and female. That's the vast majority of what I follow on Instagram. I think there was a point where I was like, should I unfollow a lot of things because people are going to look at this and be like, oh, he follows lots of female influencers on Instagram, what the hell? And then I realized, why should I care about what people think, like, in terms of their assumptions? I follow a hell of a lot of male and female fitness accounts because I'm interested in fitness. And am I really going to allow other people's assumptions to stop me from following those accounts? I decided no. So if you're worried about people judging you based on what you follow on Instagram, if that's what you're thinking about, one, weigh up whether it is actually embarrassing. And if it's not actually embarrassing, don't care about it. If it is embarrassing, then maybe question why you're following. Why you're following it, dude. And if it's embarrassing and you don't want people to know, then maybe you could private it. I hope that helps. For real though, what server I'll jump on? I don't tell people the server because of so much stream sniping, mate. That is why. It's nothing personal. You're interested in fitness? I thought I was the only one. You thought you were the only one in the world interested in fitness? No, yeah, I've been very health focus for a long time, but the last couple years I've kind of fallen off the wagon with it. Who the hell is shooting me, dude? What the hell, Dice? Excelente! Thank you. I'm really pleased to lose my sentry kit to an invisible player. Yeah, I'm gonna start up again soon. I'm one of those people that can get in shape very quickly, but I can also get out of shape very quickly.
We have taken objective apples.
So it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. No, you're all good, David. I know what you mean, mate. Don't worry. That's me to a T. What would I said? I've just really struggled the past, the last 2 years is an exaggeration. It's definitely not been that. But for the last year or so, I've definitely just struggled with keeping up, with maintaining my standards from a fitness perspective. One, I've just not felt very good because we've had a lot of hurdles over the past 12 months, obviously. And two, just been... It is an excuse to some degree, but I just genuinely have been so exceptionally busy. And not just in terms of time in the day, which at the minute is a problem, but just in terms of energy because of that, I've just really fallen off the wagon with it. So I need to get back on it. And I will. And I know that within three to 6 months, I'll probably be somewhere around where I was before, because I tend to bounce back very quickly. But at the minute, yeah, not very impressive at the minute. Definitely probably the worst I've felt physically for quite a long time.
We have lost objective apples.
But that's okay. You know, beating yourself up about it doesn't do anything. You just have to then go and work on it. Hey, okay, welcome back. I'm almost at my goal weight after 10 plus years. That's great, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Just forget the after 10 plus years thing at this point. You've done it now, pretty much. You can drop the 10-year thing. You can forget that. You're there, mate. You've done it. You are now that person. That you are now that version of yourself that has nearly achieved that. That's who you are now. And that's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you, mate. It's great. I really like when I get to hear about people in the chat achieving their goals and also improving themselves, whether it be mentally or skill-wise or physically. But physically is definitely a great one because it also usually indicates a healthier existence and a longer life, and with more that they can do for themselves and others. So it's always great to hear. Right, everybody, this round's about to end, and we will end our a little bit shorter the stream, so I started a bit later. But I don't know if I didn't think it was falling here. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I tend to start a little later on Sundays because Sundays are pretty dead a lot of the time. But I will be now going to consume sustenance and get a bit more work done because. Mate, hell of a week this week, everybody. Hell of a week. You're definitely getting at least one video on this channel this week. You might get 3. It's possible you get 3. Which hasn't happened on this channel for 3 or 4 years, by the way, because of how Battlefield's been. So you'll get 1 video this week on this channel. You might get 3. You'll probably get 5 or 6 streams this week. I do have a couple things happening this week. Yeah, but you'll definitely get 4 or 5 streams this week. You're going to get a short every day on this channel. You're going to get a short every day on the second channel. You'll also get a new gameplay on the second channel on Friday. That's already scheduled and done, thankfully. And all the shorts will also be on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, if you fancy. And not this coming week, but the week after, I think I then will have a little more time to have a look at Twitch and get that sorted. So within 2 or 3 weeks, this is genuinely how ridiculous the schedule is at the minute, but within 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be multi-streaming on Twitch as well. I forgot to put my Twitch in the description. That's my bad, but if anyone's interested, I think we have a command for it. The Midas pulled up the other day. Let's have a look. I do. If anyone wants to follow me on Twitch, the link is in the chat now. I'll put it in both chats, although I don't know if anyone's in the vertical one, but there you go. Oh, no, that's not right. Sorry, vertical stream. Give me a second. But I appreciate all your support, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and interacting with me. It's a pleasure as always. It's not a pleasure to come and run BF1 for hundreds of days. I don't think even DICE would blame me for that statement, because the game's nearly a decade old. But it's a pleasure to come and hang out with you guys, especially when we get to interact. Thank you for listening to me and all that jazz. It's insane. I've been running a lot, but the missing piece was watching my calories. Dude, people don't understand. People is too general, but a lot of people don't understand the simplicity of getting in shape for the vast majority of people. I know counting calories is boring and not everyone wants to do it, and it's not the way for everyone to do it. I get it. It depends on everyone's own psyche, their own likes, their own goals, their own desires, etc. But if you can do it, if you can work out your calories and then you exercise so you are burning a reasonable amount more calories per day than you are consuming, you'd lose weight. Like, you just do. And if you do that consistently, you start to achieve your goals, and then you feel more incentivized to carry on. It's great. It is the game changer, mate. It really is. And it's excellent that you've grasped it. I think it's a thing that a lot of people know, but they don't really get it till it happens. And they also don't really understand how many calories they're consuming until they look. It's very easy to be eating and drinking things and not realizing how impactful they can be. So that's great, dude. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. I'm genuinely really happy for you, mate. You make sure you keep it up. And also, you make sure if you do a me and you fall off it for a while, you just get back on it at some point. You don't let it get you down. You don't let it stop you. You just get back on it. Especially as, David, you have a kid. You have a kid and you're older than me, and I want you to have a very long, happy life for yourself and those that are around you. So you keep it up, mate. All right? I have a goal to have $0 earned income on my taxes, but also not be poor. I have a goal to have $0 earned income on my taxes, but also not be poor. Do you mean? Sorry. Okay. So hold on. I assume it's a semi-jokey statement. Do you mean you have a goal to be able to not work one day and also be comfortable, Tweed? If that's the case, that's a great goal to have. I'm sure a lot of people would love to have that goal, although not attainable for many people. That would be awesome, of course. That'd be great. You had a fun time, did you? Okay, that's awesome, dude. I'm pleased to hear it, mate. That's brilliant. And welcome back to the stream, dude. Any dinner plans? Me, I am having... It's my last day before I'm back on my calorie counting. I think I'm having leftover. Oh, I'm having the other half of Emily's food. She's not having... she had half at lunchtime, and she cooked 2 portions of it. I think it's a halloumi burger or something, maybe. And then tomorrow I'm back to the norm. Hubert, hello, mate. We're just finishing, pal, but thank you for coming and saying hello. I appreciate it. I hope you're well, mate. You also stay hydrated. Yes, sir. All income from investments and not working for the man. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, dude, I'd love to get to that point as well. It's not a great year to be thinking about it for reasons, as I'm sure many people are aware, but that would be great one day. I also would love that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to make it happen, but I certainly would like to. I don't think Ernie's here, so I'm not going to open his crates. We're going to wait until Ernie is watching, because that's the fair thing to do. So we will try and do that before the end of a stream at some point when he's more able to partake. That'd be a good idea. Okay. I think that's about it, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you for any fresh new subscriptions today, everybody. Very few people coming through the stream at the moment, not just today, but in general. Again, I think Warzone has really killed things off to some degree, such as life. We vibe and hope things pick back up again. But other than that, you guys have been great. I really appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for your likes. Thank you for any fresh new subs. And thank you for the support, David and Mon. Getting a goal, everybody, which is a great way to end the week on what is possibly my least successful week I've had as a streamer in terms of sustainability. Obviously, we've not seen Ariosto for a couple of weeks, which has a large impact as he is the largest supporter, but he's a very busy man. It's just how it is sometimes. So I'm just trying to ride things out. I appreciate getting a goal today, and I appreciate everyone contributing towards that, and I appreciate everyone that comes and hangs out with me. I hope we provided something worthwhile for your day, everybody. Come hang out anytime you want. You have a great one. And GetGoodGuy, we've been great. Dame's got tiny hands. Love you very much. Like and subscribe. All my other social media in the description. And I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves, okay? Have a good one. Thanks again. Cheers, David. Cheers, mate. Cheers, other David. Cheers, everybody. See you soon. And shout out Mon for being King of the Strange Chieftain Power the day, the week, and the month, by the way. It is possible, unless Ariosto has a grand return, that Mon will be the Chief Stream Power of the Month this month and end... Let's have a look. End Ariosto's 1, 2, 3, 4-month streak, which is wild. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Thank you, Mon. Love you very much. See you soon. Bye, guys. Have a good one. No, Ernie! Ernie, you're here. Ernie. I didn't do the crates because you weren't here. Do you want the crates, mate? I owe you 10? 5? 10? You're always here at the end. Sorry, Matt. It's just our schedules don't line up, mate. I hope your day's been good, man. Thanks for coming and saying hello, mate. I appreciate it. Hope your day was good. Right, I owe Ernie 5 or 10 crates. I can't remember. I'm assuming he'll tell me. Well, we got a legendary, but we already have it. Scrap. We'll probably all end up as scrap, but... we'll have a look. Common, already have it. Scrap. 6. Okay, mate, we'll do 6 crates. No worries. That's 2. I wager we won't get anything we don't already have. I think I've got almost everything, maybe everything in the game. Time difference, exactly, mate. Mate, you have a good rest of your day as well, pal. I appreciate it. Already have it. There's 2 left. You'll be a brave person to bet against this being something that we don't already have. Nope, scrap. If we open this and it's something we don't have, we donate $1 million charity. Oh, well, sorry, charity. Battlefield didn't want you to get the money. Such is life. Blame Battlefield, not me. You guys are great. Please don't forget that. You guys seem like awesome, awesome people. And I don't just say it lightly. The people I hang out with here on a regular basis that don't get banned, they don't get banned for a reason. So you genuinely seem like awesome people, and I appreciate you. Keep being great, and I'll see you very soon. All right? Look after yourselves, everyone. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.